研究呢個問題咧，就係你體會到呢一點，就知道佢咧就係對於我哋嘅程序唔熟悉，所以我哋嘥咗整年嘅時間，逐步解釋我哋嘅程序係點樣樣，呢個連埋字眼在內啦。
In implementing policies and major projects during the transition, civil servants are already putting in extra hours to explain developments to the Chinese. Wary of Britain's motives, China has been ready to raise questions, causing delays in infrastructural projects involving large sums of money.
點樣去計算呢個嘅價錢嘅問題？呢一啲等等咧，喺香港政府都係一個系統嚟。咁但係呢一點咧，可能需要一段嘅討論咧，係互相認識、互相理解、溝通。咁但係如果喺中英嘅關係唔好嘅時候咧，好多溝通嘅渠道同埋形式咧，就會完全擺晒喺個談判桌上邊嚇。咁然之後，而且無形中咧，大家嗰個語氣咧就變咗一個對立嘅語氣。
5 months ago, work on the surface of the Qingma Bridge was completed, marking a milestone in the development of the new airport. Civil servants involved in Project Rose Garden, of course, greeted the completion with excitement. 7 of the new airport's 10 core projects are directly funded by the Hong Kong government, and 85% of the work on them has been completed. But over at the new Chek Lap Kok Airport, just under half the work has been done on the passenger terminal, the runway and the airport railway, which require China's approval for every aspect. The project has seen its fair share of problems. At one point, Chinese and Hong Kong officials became locked in a war of words over financial arrangements. The problem escalated to diplomatic proportions, and it took the signing of a memorandum of understanding between China and Britain to resolve the crisis. A year later, Chris Patton's political reforms package sparked off another row, and meetings of the Sino-British Airport Committee were interrupted for 8 months. As a result, work on the airport proper and the railway suffered further setbacks. According to optimistic estimates, it would take another year for the new airport to be operating. Also delayed by China's tendency to mix economics with politics is the Terminal 9 project. According to the Economic Services Branch, Hong Kong's container terminal would be saturated by 1996. As early as 1992, the Executive Council had approved private arrangements awarding operating contracts for Terminal 9 to 3 consortiums, which include a company headed by Jardines, Qingyi Container Terminals. EXCO's decision invited an immediate backlash from the Chinese, who slammed it as a private deal. The director of the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office, Lu Ping, publicly asked the government to retract its decision and put the contract up for open tender.
The
stalemate dragged on until this past January, when the foreign ministers of China and Britain met to resolve the issue. But Terminal 9, which was supposed to have been completed in mid-1995, remains a construction site. More recently, China also intervened in the Western Corridor Railway. The Executive Council had approved $40 billion for the project at the end of 1994. Last year, after closure of the Tuen Mun Highway paralyzed traffic, the government amended plans to extend the railway to downtown Tuen Mun and asked Kowloon Canton Railway to conduct a feasibility study. KCR subsequently announced that the cost of the Northwest Railway would run to $80 billion. China complained that the cost was too high. It said that Britain was not providing it with information, adding that the Hong Kong government would need China's approval to award contracts.
Remember, in China, whenever they do these major infrastructure projects, they go into a tremendous amount of detail, and they themselves, they have to justify at the national level, state council level, state planning level, as well as justification at provincial level and township level. So they are accustomed to having all of these details.
可能其實中方都有個困難嘅，佢又唔明喎，但係佢繼續去問你攞資料嘅時候咧，就俾人寫成或者講成咧係我干預香港政府嘅內部政策。咁呢度就大家都有困難，點解所以溝通合作係需要咁重要就係點解？
Since the thaw in Sino-British relations in October last year, the Chinese have held 12 unofficial meetings with representatives of the Hong Kong government, which included more than 70 secretariat and director-grade officers. The Civil Service Training Centre is organising various courses in support of the transition. But while it was once imperative to learn English, the need now is for Putonghua. It won't be long before documents in English have to be prepared in Chinese. The Hong Kong government has published reference books on the Chinese political system, the Chinese Communist Party and the Basic Law for distribution to the civil service. Senior officers can also attend training courses aimed at helping them deal with problems during the transition.
我曾經聽聞咧，有一啲嘅中方官員批評咧，覺得香港政府啲官僚咧好沙塵。咁調翻轉頭咧，即係各位咧係有啲嘅即係比較高級嘅，譬如工程師啊，或者係專業嘅部門咧，佢哋都會覺得中國政府嘅相關部門嘅官員咧唔了解香港嘅情況，不特止。 同埋咧，可能佢接受嘅訓練咧，並唔係你哋接受嗰種西方式嘅一啲嘅理論架構嘅訓練。咁所以咧，講極大家都講唔明。
Apart from classes at Tsinghua University, training for senior officers includes field trips like this to the courthouse. It is hoped that today's visit will help them understand the Chinese judiciary system. During the break, law students from Beijing University and the People's University start up a lively discussion with the visitors.
这里不同的地方，香港就的普通法又控方证明那个被告人有罪，有法官的责任就是评论，有没有表面的证供，有没有表面证供，如果证供他不成立不同意就犯了。
据说现在英国不是也把那个，就是说被告人的承诺权这条已经删掉了，在新的刑事诉讼里头是吗？
The impromptu discussion proves to be a pleasant surprise for the Hong Kong officers.
我哋就覺得佢哋個求知欲啊好強啊！佢哋問嘅問題咧，亦都係好有意思嘅。我自己覺得就幾鼓舞，因為我可以想像到將來呢班法律系嘅學生咧，會成為國內嘅律師啊、檢察官啊，甚至係法官啊咁樣。咁佢哋對呢種嘅學問啊嘅態度，嘅求知欲咧，當然係會對佢哋將來點樣去發揮佢哋嘅才幹係好有用。
Francis Lee says the ICAC and Guangdong's Anti-Corruption Department have always maintained contact.
佢哋而家咧就係比較即係強調啊個法治多過人治，就可以總結話16個字：有法可依，有法必依。 執法必嚴，違法必究。
He believes that after 1997, even stronger ties will bind the ICAC and the Graft and Bribe Procuratorial Department, which comes under China's supreme procuratorial organ. On this visit to Tsinghua, Hong Kong officials have had an opportunity to lay down the foundations for future cooperation with their counterparts in Beijing.
After the handover, civil servants will be able to devote their attention to only one master. But it won't be plain sailing, for they'll be facing an even bigger challenge in adjusting to one country, two systems. This same challenge will be shared by everyone in Hong Kong. To prepare for the handover, many social groups are helping people to adjust. More on this next week on Hong Kong Connection.
Thank you.